The wind of northern exile always carried Sam. My hand gripping the patrol baton turned white at the knuckles. A teammate's voice came through the walkie-talkie, reporting illegal immigrants spotted at Westwine Bluff. I sprinted toward that direction, and from afar I saw a curled-up figure, wearing a dark coat stained with mud, like a piece of cloth discarded by the wind. "Don't move." I raised my gun and stepped forward, my voice as cold as the frost on the border. The man slowly raised his head. The gun in my hand wavered slightly. It was Ethan Lewis. 5 years had passed. A scar now ran from his brow bone to his jawline. Yet those eyes were just as piercingly bright as ever. "Taylor?" He spoke, his voice hoarse and uncertain. A buzzing sound echoed in my mind as memories surged forth. "Who said you could call me Taylor?" I stepped forward and seized his collar. His arm was wrapped in bandages, bleeding through, likely wounded during the illegal crossing. "I have been searching for you for 5 years. He looked at me, his eyes filled with an emotion I could not decipher. "Why did you not keep our appointment back then?" "Appointment?" I laughed. A laugh steeped in hatred. "Ethan, how dare you speak of an appointment?" I remembered Frank lying in a pool of blood, the darkness of the dungeon. The gunshot wound on my leg. Rage flared like fire. I raised my hand and twisted his injured arm with brutal force. Crack! The sound of bone breaking rang out sharply in the wind. He uttered a muffled grunt, cold sweat breaking out on his forehead. Yet he did not push me away. "Taylor, please let me explain." "Explain what?" I drew my pistol from my waist and pressed the muzzle against his forehead. "Explain why you shot me all those years ago. Explain why Frank died." My hand trembled. Frank's smiling face flashed before my eyes. Along with that rainy night 5 years ago, the bullet in the gun seemed to burn like fire. Yet I could not pull the trigger. I closed my eyes for a moment, holstered the gun, and spoke into the walkie-talkie. "There's an illegal immigrant here. Bring him back." Before my teammate arrived, Ethan broke free from my restraints and fled, before running away. He glanced back at me one last time, his eyes brimming with grievance and defiance. The northern exile was far more chaotic 5 years ago than it is now. I assumed the alias Taylor, working undercover in Serpent's nightclub, with the purpose of infiltrating and taking down his gang. The nightclub was always awash with deafening music and the acrid smell of alcohol. Wearing a tight dress, I carried a tray as I moved through the crowd. That night, when I finished work, it was already well past midnight. The alley was dark, with only a single street lamp flickering intermittently. I had just turned into the alley when I heard the sounds of a struggle. As I drew closer, I saw several men surrounding a boy, beating him. The boy was curled on the ground, shielding his head with his arms. "What are you doing?" I called out and picked up a wooden stick casually from the ground beside me. The men turned to face me, smirking. "Yo, Taylor. This guy owes us money. How much does he owe you?" "He'll pay it back." I tightened my grip on the stick, fully aware these men were Serpent's henchmen dangerous to cross. For Taylor, we always make an exception. The man in charge smiled. "However, this guy must apologize to us." I looked at the boy on the ground. He lifted his head, his face smeared with blood, yet his eyes remained defiant, refusing to yield. "Forget it. I'll give you the money tomorrow. But I'm taking the boy with me." I stepped forward and helped the boy to his feet. The men did not stop us any further. They muttered curses as they left. I supported the boy as we made our way to my rental flat. "Thank you," he whispered. He spoke softly. "You're welcome." At the rental flat, I found him an old t-shirt of mine to change into, then brought out the first aid kit to dress his wounds. "What is your name?" I asked him, dipping a cotton swab in iodine and gently cleaning the wound on his face. "Ethan Lewis." He looked at me with a hint of curiosity. "Your name is Taylor, isn't it?" I nodded without a word. From that day forth, Ethan followed me when I went to work at the nightclub. He waited at the door. When I finished, he trailed behind me like a little shadow. "Stop following me. We're not that close," I told him repeatedly, but he refused to listen. Once, I deliberately took several detours to shake him off, but when I arrived downstairs at the rental flat, I still saw him squatting there, holding a steaming hot steamed bun. "Taylor, I bought this for you." He handed me the steamed bun, a smile playing on his lips. I looked at his hands, reddened by the cold. Something stirred inside me. "Why are you following me?" I asked him. He lowered his head and whispered, "You remind me of my mother. She used to protect me like this." I was momentarily stunned, recalling my long-deceased mother. That night, I let Ethan stay in the rental flat. He slept on the sofa while I lay in bed, listening to the steady rhythm of his breathing, feeling something new stir in my heart for the first time. Later, Ethan stayed at my place continuously. He would help me clean the house, keep the lights on when I finished work, and share stories from his childhood when I was feeling low. I knew I shouldn't have fallen for him. I'm an undercover operative. My mission is to apprehend Serpent, yet I could not control myself. I began to regard him as a glimmer of light in this dark corner. Serpent's suspicion grew ever deeper. That day, a shipment disappeared from the nightclub. Serpent suspected a mole and immediately thought of me. I was taken to Serpent's interrogation room. Various torture devices hung on the walls of the interrogation room, and there were blood stains on the floor that hadn't been fully cleaned. Serpent sat in a chair, toying with a knife in his hand, his eyes dark and fierce as he stared at me. "Taylor, was it you who took that shipment?" "It wasn't me." I straightened my back, trying to appear unafraid. Not you? Serpent laughed, the malice plain in his smile. If not you, then who else had the chance to access that shipment? He waved his hand, and 2 henchmen stepped forward, forcing me into the chair and binding my hands and feet with rope. Gonna talk? Serpent approached, tapping my face with the back of his knife. Or do I have to make this hurt? I gritted my teeth and remained silent. I knew I couldn't speak. Once I admitted it, not only would my mission fail, but Ethan would also be drawn into it. At that moment, the interrogation room door was kicked open. Ethan burst in, wielding an iron rod, his face fraught with urgency. Boss, leave Taylor out of this. The matter of that shipment has nothing to do with her. Serpent turned around, saw Ethan, and frowned. Ethan, this has nothing to do with you. Get out. Ethan stepped beside me, positioning himself in front of me. That night, Taylor stayed with me the entire time. She simply had no opportunity to take that batch of goods. What did you say? Serpent looked at Ethan, suspicion flashing in his eyes. Are you sure? I am sure, Ethan nodded. That night, I had a fever. Taylor took care of me and didn't leave the rental flat even once. I watched Ethan's back, deeply moved yet filled with worry. I know he is lying. That night, I was not with him at all. I went to Serpent's warehouse to look for evidence. Serpent stared at Ethan for a long time, as if trying to determine whether he was telling the truth. After a moment, Serpent laughed. Very well. I will trust you this once. He waved his hand, signaling his men to release me. I stood up, my legs weak, and Ethan steadied me, leaving the interrogation room. I took Ethan's hand and hurried away from Serpent's stronghold. Only upon reaching the rental flat did I finally breathe a sigh of relief. Ethan, why did you lie to protect me? I asked him, feeling guilty. If you lie and get caught, Serpent will not spare you. Ethan lowered his head, remained silent for a moment, then looked up at me and said, Taylor, I don't want to see you get hurt. Actually, I am Serpent's secret son. My mother was forced by Serpent, and she died when I was very young. Serpent never liked me, so he never publicly acknowledged me. I was stunned. I never expected Ethan to be Serpent's son, so he won't kill me. But he doesn't value me either. Ethan smiled bitterly, the sorrow unmistakable in that smile. Only you have truly cared for me. I gazed at him, my heart heavy with conflicting emotions. I am a police officer. Serpent is my enemy. Yet Ethan is Serpent's son and the person I now care for most. That night, I held Ethan tightly, patting his back as if comforting a child. Ethan, don't be afraid. I am here, I told him. From that day forward, the bond between Ethan and me deepened. He would share some of Serpent's matters with me, and I would become even more vigilant in protecting him.